All right, this was a little bit iffy for a while here. Um, I noted here back in August that the Fed uh, temporarily, or I thought anyway, temporarily aborted the intermediate decline. Um, it should have completed as a crash event uh, over several days, and then we would have gotten our final ICL. That would have been the natural path. But the banks are in jeopardy, so the Fed stepped in with massive liquidity injections, and they aborted this. And it was up in the air for a bit. I wasn't sure whether or not they just stopped it or whether they delayed it. Um, as of today, it looks like they just delayed it. And I told subscribers several weeks ago that we would need a catalyst to break this um, manipulation that is propping the market up. And I think we're getting that catalyst today. And I mentioned to subscribers that this is one of the catalysts that could break um, the efforts to keep the market propped up. Bonds are breaking support right here. Now, this intermediate cycle is really mature, so this is unlikely to be a sustained breakdown. It's probably going to be a bloodbath phase. Those tend to last 5 to 7 days. Today would be day one. So we can probably expect this is going to bottom next week, and then we're going to get a bounce. The bounce will probably come back up into this consolidation zone and last for multiple weeks before we start down again. So we're not at the beginning of something, we're at the end of something. Now let me go back to stocks. So when that bloodbath phase in the bond market is finished, then this leg down in the intermediate decline will be finished. The dollar will top, everything will turn around, and we will get the advancing phase of a new intermediate cycle. I've been concerned that this drop didn't shrink enough of this gap to the 200-day moving average. So I would like to see it come down to, at least 4,300, maybe 4,250, long shot, maybe 4,200, get a little bit closer to this 200-day moving average. Once that is done, we're going to get a powerful rally. Probably, in my opinion, we're probably going to go back above this pivot here, maybe test those all-time highs. Do not think we're going to get a sustained breakout above the all-time highs. Oil is already performing very well. I think it will continue to perform well. Gold will finish this. Let me go over to gold. So gold has been holding up extremely well during this entire corrective process. It's been mostly just a sideways churn. So gold is setting up for a breakout above this 2090 area, and when stocks bottom, when the bonds turn, and when the dollar tops, then gold will be done with this difficult sideways churning phase, and we will it will come up. I suspect the rally will be violent. It will come up quickly within the first daily cycle, test this all-time highs at 2090, and we're going to get a breakout above 2090, and we're going to get a sustained breakout above 2090. So this is not the beginning of something really bad in the metals either. It is we are in the ending stage, the last few days of this difficult sideways corrective period that we've been in since May. Gold may come down, may break this pivot. It may break this pivot at 1900. Ignore that. As I said, we're in the last few days of this correction. So it doesn't really matter where the bottom comes. What matters is what comes after. And what comes after is going to be the breakout phase that's going to take gold finally above this 2090. And we're going to be on our way on the next leg of the bull market. So think logically, don't give in to emotions. Most people panic and sell at an intermediate bottom. That's not what you should be doing. You should be buying. So based on the 5 to 7 day rule for a bloodbath phase, bonds have, well, they're on day one. That's what it looks like to me. So they probably got 4 to 6 more days to go. That means stocks have 4 to 6 more days to go before they turn and go back up. Gold may sniff out a bottom a little early ahead of the stock market, so it may not have the full 4 to 6 days. It may bottom a day or two ahead of stocks. But be prepared here. Everything is about to start screaming to the upside once we finish that bloodbath phase in the bonds.